we play some wiffle baby, let me know. Cause it's the summertime, it's time to shine and come back home. And we can swing right back into it, or can take it slow. Can we play some wiffle baby, here we go. Now I'm about to rap about wiffle ball. Summertime and it's prime time, playing ball all day through the nighttime. I don't know about you, but it's my time. We can go all night, alright, we'll go all nine. Hit the payoff pitch, yeah, we happy that we made it. We can take another sip, round the bases celebrating, or chill and take a dip while we constantly debating which players are the shit and which memories are greatest. What's that, Mom? I ain't going to school today. I'ma hit some wiffle balls and hit the pool today. Go out of sun and have some fun and just stay cool today. Cause rain cloud and flash flood can't even wash my mood away. Wiffle baby, let me know. Cause it's the summertime, it's time to shine and come back home. And we can swing right back into it, or can take it slow. Can we play some wiffle baby, here we go.
Hello folks, I'm your host and commissioner Tom Anderson. Week 3 is in the books, and I'm here to present to you my top 3 moments from last Sunday's games. Number 3. Mark Brewster and Dan Anderson both hit their first home runs as the Raptors go 1-1 short-handedly, and they defeat the River Cats by a pretty great margin. Alright, my number 2 top moment of last Sunday's games is Nick Hamlin robbing myself in the bottom of the first inning in what turned out to be a pretty great game.
Yeah!
And my number 1 moment is the Lemurs defeating the then undefeated 51s, giving them their first loss of the year and giving the Lemurs something to ride off of. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to head over to Dan Anderson now with the Inside Scoop. Dan?
Good evening, folks. This is VP Dan Anderson here with the Inside Scoop.
Hello, folks.
Thank you, Tom. Hello, folks. This is VP Dan Anderson with the Inside Scoop. Last Sunday's games look like this. At 1 p.m., the Lemurs faced off against the Outlaws. The Lemurs once again proved their dominance on the field as they merced the Outlaws by 17 runs. The Outlaws' pitching staff didn't help them much either, as none of them could find the strike zone, and when they did, they had Lemur bats to contend with. Runs were put on the board by the Outlaws' newly acquired rookie Jake DeLeo, but his efforts were in vain. The Lemurs take the 19-2 victory. Also at 1 p.m., the 51s faced off against the Raptors. The Raptors were severely short-handed last Sunday, as only myself and rookie Mark Brewster were there for both games. This attendance issue was reflected in this game, as the Raptors were brought to a 4-on-2 mercy. The Raptor rally was beginning to form as I hit my first home run of the season, but we were not able to pull it completely together. The 51s take the 26-8 victory. At 2 p.m., the Rattlers faced off against the Outlaws. The Outlaws' inability to put sufficient runs on the board caught up to them once again. Rookie Paul O'Leary seemed to be the only solid bat for the Outlaws. The Rattlers had a dominating performance in this 12-1 victory. The Outlaws appear to have a rough road ahead of them for the future games, as they are off to a bad 1-5 start. Also at 2 p.m., the Raptors faced off against the River Cats. Despite only having 2 players, the Raptors were able to pull a victory here. The driving factor behind this win was the River Cats' inability to hit the strike zone. Going into the 4th inning, the River Cats had a 12-6 lead, but several walks and 3 pitches later, River Cats GM Eric Anderson called the game, giving the Raptors a 22-12 victory. At 3 p.m., the Lemurs faced off against the 51s. The Lemurs were able to end the 51s' undefeated streak. With GM Tom Anderson on the mound, the 51s were unable to put up the offensive showing that they usually do, and only scored 1 run. Between Tom Anderson's pitching and the solid Lemurs batting to back him up, the Lemurs pulled the 8-1 victory, proving that they are once again the team to contend with this year. At 4 p.m. in the primetime slot, the River Cats faced off against the Rattlers. GM Eric Anderson and the Rattlers rookie Dylan DeAngelo faced off against each other on the mound. This was arguably one of the quickest games this season. It appeared that the River Cats could not catch up with the fast-paced pitching of Dylan DeAngelo, and that, in combination with walks given up by Eric Anderson on the mound, led the Rattlers to the 3-0 victory. Now I'll hand it off to Eric and Tom. I'll see you guys next week.
PWO Universe. I'm here with my co-host, the Commissioner, Mr. Thomas Anderson. And this is a segment that we're going to start calling Across the League.
Welcome.
Alrighty. First off, 51s. No longer undefeated.
Proud to say my team was responsible for that.
Yeah, looking at the footage, it looked like it was a fairly well-played game, but you look like you were Cy Young form like last season. That's pretty much all I got to say about that one.
I'm just happy to say that everything I said in last week's episode came true. 51s cannot win games when Hamler and Notto on the mound and they're facing aces. Their offense can't win them games when they're facing aces like that. That's what I said last week and came true.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to you.
I predicted it.
He did predict that, but it's a long season. I'm sure they'll regain their form this following week.
I'm going to predict something right now, too. You remember in the 2012 River Cats started off 6-0?
Mm-hmm.
And what was their ending record? 9-11.
Yeah.
Went 3-11 in the last 14 games.
You just had to bring that one up.
Yeah, sorry about that. But, yeah, those are facts. And I predict the 51's going to have a season like that this year. Great start. Fall apart second half of the season.
Well, time will tell. They are definitely in probably the toughest division, I would say. Our division's pretty weak. You have a pretty easy
two worst
division.
teams in my division, and I'm proud to say that we have a five-game lead.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
We must have a 5-game lead.
The Outlaws, we all knew they wouldn't be very good, and the River Cats can't seem
huge
to
disappointment
they
this year.
can't seem to do anything right in this juncture in time, and I don't know. That's all I got to say about that one. But this hot streak of the Lemurs, I mean,
4-game
they're
winning
definitely
streak.
looking like they're the team to beat right now.
Beating the number 1 seed last week. Momentum is just going our way. Everything's going our way. And, yeah, we're just riding off of that momentum, and everyone's doing their job. And, yeah, I don't see the streak being halted anytime soon.
We'll see. But Zach Randall made his first appearance this season.
Pretty impressive.
He had a pretty solid start against the Outlaws. Do you see him being a number 2, or is it still Powers?
I'm just going to stick with Powers. Powers has been dedicated and committed, and Zach still has some lingering commitment problems. I don't think his head's fully in it. But Nathan's all in, and he's been there. And this is Zach's first time. I'm not going to go with the hot hand, but
True enough.
I'm just going with consistency, with showing up, and dedication.
Any word from Matt Sully?
He was supposed to show up this past week, but he said his shoulder hurt. Yeah, and that's
We will not touch that one, folks.
Yeah, this was leave it up to you. And
use your imagination.
Yeah, and that's the kind of commitment that I get from the 15th overall pick in Matt Sully. But what can you expect with the 15th overall pick?
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll get some playing time here and there whenever he shows up. But it'll be interesting if he
does show up.
If he makes enough games to be eligible for playoffs. But then when playoffs come, it'll be a whole different story if he's eligible for playoffs.
Well, the way I see it now, there's really no need for him on the Lemurs. Like, you're firing on all cylinders. He's pretty much an outcast at this juncture in time, I'd say.
Yeah, for once, Sage isn't the outcast of a team.
Yeah, Sage Nation.
Sage is the heart and soul.
Yeah, he's alive. I mean, I love seeing this kid every week.
Sage is the man. Like, after he hit that clutch double to tie the game against the Rattlers, his momentum was up here. Then last week it kind of came back to reality. But hey, Lemurs still went 2-0, and Sage is a big part of the team, and just the publicity that Sage brings to the Lemurs is just good for us. Everyone loves Sage.
Yeah, how can you not?
Sage Nation, Lemur Revolution on the same team.
The kid is awesome.
What's not to love?
How's the addition of Nichols to the Rattlers figure in their situation? I mean, I think it's a huge addition. He saved Weldon this week. They would have had the forfeit against the Outlaws.
Nichols is any team Nichols is on. If he's committed, he's obviously going to be an asset. He was the 3rd overall pick in last year's draft, and he's proved it ever since.
Yeah, he has great hitting, great fielding. He can pitch. He can throw strikes, which is all you need.
Pretty solid. Picked up the Outlaws' only win, and then just to be traded a day after.
We touched upon that last episode. We don't really need to go any further on that one. But what do you think of O'Shea and O'Leary finally showing up this week? I mean, Liam O'Shea for the 3rd overall pick, he was not very impressive.
Batting 111, atrocious pitching, and not hustling down the baseline. Rookie mistakes. Come on. The thing that I've noticed with Paul Leary and Liam O'Shea is that they're still pitching wiffle balls like it's baseball. Like, I'm sure everyone has modified their pitching style from when they played baseball. Like, you can't throw it like a baseball.
Yeah.
You have to, like, throw it sidearm or something, and you just can't lob it. It doesn't bode well, you don't throw strikes.
I think they'll quickly learn that, but them dogging it on the line and O'Leary making a couple of bonehead plays, like getting doubled off on a pop-up. He's running to second. I mean, he plays baseball. That shouldn't happen. I mean, they didn't really seem into it. Did you get that
I
kind
got
of
that
feeling
vibe
too?
too, but then again, it all comes down to Ryan Fahey and informing them on what's going on. But there's only so much Fahey can do.
Exactly. I mean,
If they're still in that, oh, it's just wiffle ball phase. Well, if you haven't realized that this is much more than wiffle ball, and I don't know what you do in this league if you just think this is wiffle ball.
here we have it. I mean, that's a statement from the commission right there, so take it as you see it. But Jake DeLeo, he proved to be an asset to the Outlaws, but
Yeah. But he seems to be.
yeah, he's not really a fan of his new team.
But yeah, he'll stick it out this year on the Outlaws.
Yeah, he will.
But it's just when a team's struggling, no one really wants to be responsible for that team. But what are you gonna do? Jake's gonna be the reason. If there is a turnaround for the Outlaws, Jake's gonna be definitely behind that. Fahey and Jake need to pick it up and take control of that team. They need to get O'Leary and Liam's acts together because Fahey's been trying to. Fahey's trying to get. Like, every time Liam was running down first base,
Yeah, Fahey was on him, but
Fahey was angry, but
Liam didn't seem to
changed.
care, really.
Nothing's changed.
And this is props to Jake DeLeo for
Sticking it out, we respect you
yeah,
for it.
and making probably the best catch
Best
I've seen
catch I've
so
ever
far.
seen.
I mean,
Nick Hamlin's was...
true, yeah.
I wish we had DeLeo's on camera, but no
watching DeLeo just sprawl out catching a one-handed, it's a sight to be seen. I mean,
so I'm just proud of him for doing that.
it was awesome. He was all in.
That's the type of plays we need the Outlaws to keep doing if they want a winning season.
Exactly. Connor Scully made his much anticipated first career appearance in the PWL, even though it was in a losing cause because I had a little trouble in the second inning. But Connor, in a very short amount of time, showed the league what he could do. I mean,
he pitched almost 4 innings, giving up 0 hits, but went over 3 at the plate against another ace, Dylan DeAngelo. Nothing you can do there, but threw a no-hitter in 4 innings. But didn't count for anything because the loss went to this guy over here.
yeah, I know, and like, we were hitting Dylan. We had a couple of hits off him. We had runners on base, but once again, we cannot get the big hit. The River Cats woes. I mean, nothing is going right for my team right now, and
They're having trouble in all aspects of the game.
yeah, we really are. I mean, I'm not pitching very well right now. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I'm not injured or nothing. It just, we'll see. And like, I really don't have a number 2 pitcher right now, evident by that Raptors game.
Oh, yeah, let's not even talk about that game.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about that.
That was probably the worst played football game I've ever seen.
Yeah, and we'll just leave it at that. But another thing, 2-man teams. It's been happening a little too much.
Yeah, that's another thing. 2-man teams, it's almost as bad as taking a forfeit because 2-man team, 1 fielder, you're most likely
It's
going
tough.
to lose.
Yeah, it's very
But
tough.
the Raptors proved otherwise this past Sunday. But 2-man teams aren't really a thing you want to do every single time we play. Let's try to avoid that. I know it's hard because people's scheduling is
Exactly.
difficult, but it's just rough. We gotta stick through it, even though if you do have a 2-man team, I like how you still want to play with the 2-man team, but let's try to get your team there. Instead of just one person, make it better for everyone, more bets for everyone.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that work right now too. So, like you said, it is tough. But I think when school's finally out, it'll be a lot easier for kids to head down there.
Hopefully. But yeah, the only teams that haven't had a 2-man team, Lemurs and River Cats.
Yeah, I would never.
Although, oh yeah, that's true. Lemurs and River Cats. 51's had a 2-man team to start off the game against the Raptors, so
True enough.
Lemurs and River Cats are the only ones to not have a 2-man team yet.
Yeah. Dedication, man. Commitment. You gotta love it. But, what do you think about these crazy stats right now? Do you think they're gonna fall down towards as the season goes on? I mean, I really don't think anyone's going to be batting like close to 600 like it is
course
right
not.
now.
It's just all about chance. Like, if people are batting 600 and stuff, they haven't really faced any ace pitching yet. The time will come, and their average will drop, as mine did this past weekend. Didn't really drop too bad. Didn't really face any aces on the mound. It's just a few of these choices really screwed me over.
Sage!
A few of the choices.
Yep. And they're like a dagger in your heart.
Yeah, and pitching stats their ERAs will go down, Ks will go up.
Yeah,
Hopefully walks will go down. Please, walks, please go down.
Yeah, I know. The weather's starting to get a little nicer. The wind was not a factor this past week.
It was perfect this past week. I just wish.
Well, other than us not being able to play on our regular fields, but
I think those makeshift fields were.
yeah, we made do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Good day of whiffs.
yeah, exactly. Can't complain about that. But yeah, I agree with you. I think they'll go down at some point.
I think home runs will continue to go up too.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that
I want the home run record to be broken this year. I don't care if it's not even me. It just better be broken this year. 22 is the record, and a person we will not mention his name is the holds that record, who's no longer in this league.
Well, Nick Hamlin leads the league with 9. He has 13 games to hit 14 dingers. It's possible.
He needs to take advantage of slow pitching like he's been doing.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what he needs to do. That's what everyone needs to do.
He's kind of slowed down. He hit 7 that first week. He's
Crazy. 7 in 2 games.
yeah, that's nuts. I mean, he has another weekend like that. That home run record would be shattered.
I hope it's broken this year.
And what's the second place? Is it like 5 homers right now? Or is that you or
Yeah.
5? Yeah. So Hamlin has a comfortable lead right now. So we'll see if it can be broken. And the strikeout record, that won't be broken, I don't think.
No, definitely
I
won't be. 173.
Yeah, after 3 weeks, the strikeout
It's
is 25. Me and you, I mean. Yeah.
0-3, 2-1.
Yeah, I know.
Combined 5-1 leaders record.
I'll find it eventually. But, think there's a 3-way race for the Rookie of the Year? I do. Fitz, D'Angelo, Non?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, definitely. Brendan touched upon it in his Genie's Wicked Forecast this week, and yeah, I agree. But I think Dylan D'Angelo, if he keeps pitching the way he has been, I think he'll come out with it. Fitz has been really struggling on the mound as of late, and
Hey,
starting to have commitment problems.
Yeah, that's the thing. And D'Angelo missed a game, too. One thing you got to take into account is the commitment. Non's been there for every game.
That's true, too.
He's 2-1 on the mound.
Been there for every game.
And his average is it higher than Dylan's?
Yes.
Yeah, so, I mean, Brendan has the highest average in the league, but he missed
He only
the
played
past
3
weekend.
games or something
Yeah,
like that.
so, I mean, you can't forget about Non.
And Non's the leader of his team. He always takes control of it. So
Exactly. Non sneaky. He'll sneak into there.
Non might get my vote for that, now that he's put it that way.
Exactly. I think Non is a dark horse.
Yeah.
His name is not being mentioned much, but I really do think he's the dark horse of the
He's
Rookie of the Year race.
I could see it. Any other rookies that might be any dark horses, you think?
Dark horses? I would think Eric Lear, but he pulled a no-show this week.
Yeah, but don't worry, he's going to make up for it. Nothing to worry there. It won't happen again. His
Yeah.
own words said it.
Yeah, I don't think it would ever happen again. I think something, like, some type of emergency must have came up or something, because he gave the GM of the Raptors short notice, so something important must have been brought up, and so he had to go take care of that. But, yeah, I don't think...
Lear really needs to step it up if he wants to be in contention for that.
I don't really think there is any other dark horses. I mean, if Nick Keogh could pitch, you never know.
Hey, he got his first, Nick Keogh, first pitching performance. Faced 2 batters, walked 2 batters, and then the game ended.
Yeah. But, if Connor Scully, I mean, you think even if he plays limited action, 7 games, you think maybe?
No, I think the majority of the league would vote commitment with Non over Scully. Especially if Non keeps showing up for every game.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it'd be an interesting race to see who actually comes out on the boat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking forward to
Who
it.
wants that trophy?
Exactly. It'd be a pretty sweet trophy. Alrighty, that's all the time we have for this episode, so I'm going to hand it off to the Vice President now. Dan?
We'll see you next week. Dan? Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Eric. Hello, folks. This is VP Dan Anderson in the studio with an interview with the Lemurs. Hey, Lemurs, how are you? How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Thank you for having us.
How are you?
Well, thank you. Alright, first question. Is it true that lemurs are in fact primates?
That is true. Yes, we
But
are primates.
we're primates, but on the field, I'm gonna have to say we're warriors. Off the field, yes, I guess we could be considered primates. That is our phylum. So, yes. Next question, please.
Alright. How does one go about controlling team confidence after such a big victory over the 51s?
I've always known we've had it in us. It was just a matter of time of showing it, proving it.
We just keep doing what we're doing. We'll have a pretty good pace, and we'll have a pretty good outcome of the season.
We're not really the cocky type, like some players in this league.
Yeah, like in the beginning of the year, I was saying we're going 19-0. Obviously, I knew we weren't going 19-0, but we have some potential to have a good record.
We have confidence in our team. We're not overconfident. We know our place. We know where we stand, and I'm gonna have to say where we stand right now is very high at the top, if not at the highest.
Do you feel like you two will represent the Shore Division in the Shore versus Coastal game?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands down. If the Shore wants to win, we're pretty high chance of doing that if we're on the team.
We have the River Cats, which is probably only going to pull out Eric because Connor's not going to show up enough to make the game. And then we have the Outlaws, possibly just Fahey on the team, maybe Paul O'Leary if he performs well. And on our team, we'll have me and Tom here, maybe even like a Sage because he's a fan favorite.
The struggle in the Shore Division is that we hold the two worst teams in the league in our division, with the River Cats and Outlaws.
We'll easily win our division, clearly.
Indeed.
Nathan, how do you feel like you are performing compared to last year?
Well, my commitment is totally changed since last year. My batting average is a lot higher. Well, everyone's batting average is a lot higher, but batting over 500 still, which is pretty well. Hope to keep that up. And my pitching has been shaky last game, but I had a good start. Hopefully, when I go against the River Cats again, have another good start. But I feel like my overall game's a lot better on the Lemurs.
Do you feel it has anything to do with in the winning environment here in the Lemurs organization?
No. Well, yeah, of course. The Lemurs organization, it really helps me, but I believe I could have played how I played on the other teams. I just didn't have the desire to, like I have now, to keep my team up there. My Tom needs me this year, unlike last year.
What do you guys think your record will be at the end of the regular season?
So we're 5-1 right now, and 13 games left.
I think next week's going to be an easy 7-1.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say 16-3.
Yeah, I was going to say 16-3 or 15-4.
I don't plan on losing another game on the mound. So, yeah.
Be a couple shaky starts if I'm not performing well on the mound or Zach Randall.
Who do you think your other two losses will be if you lose any other games?
Definitely not gonna be in our division, that's for sure. But
Possibly the Rattlers.
yeah,
50
Rattlers. I think Rattlers give us the most competition in this league.
Yeah.
With their duo of Weldon and Dylan.
But say if I have to face the 51s or Zach has faced the 51s, are we
I
going to
think-
put up enough runs out on the board to hold what they can do with their offense?
I think so. Depending who we're facing on the mound.
That's true.
What seed do you think you'll enter the playoffs at?
Number one.
Definitely number
Number
one.
one. If we keep this up, number one, hands down. We'll definitely have a bye week.
Yeah, we'll have 5 games against the River Cats and Outlaws. No
That's
doubt in my
10
mind.
wins.
Yeah,
10
no
wins.
doubt in my mind. We're going to have 10 wins right there.
Do you think the Lemurs will repeat this year?
It's a very high possibility. I mean, boy,
A lot of good teams this
Yeah.
year, but I think we'll have the perseverance to pull through and win some series in the playoffs, make some noise.
it all starts with entering the playoffs with a bye week, which if we keep this up, we're definitely going to do. So then we have an easy road to the championship, and once we get there, it's just 3 games we have to win, and we repeat.
Yeah, if Tom pitches 2 of those games every time, there's no way we're going to lose. 'Cause Tom's unstoppable on the mound.
You think your star player, Sage Kamasi, will make it to the Rookies versus Veterans game?
Sage screwed me over multiple times with field choices this past Sunday, so I'm going to let Nathan answer this question.
Ugh, well, if Sage were to make the game, it's just on him being a fan favorite, because his stats are just aren't there. He has 250 batting average. His RBIs are alright, but I believe the team has like 54 hits total, and me and Tom together have 70% of the hits.
We did the math, and yes, those are correct calculations. But Sage is also very clutch.
He only showed his clutch once. He hasn't really performed good.
We've only needed Sage to be clutch once so far.
He hasn't.
He provided. He provided.
He hasn't played good since then, though. That's all he's done.
Sage was having a little bit of rough stretch this past Sunday, but yeah, he's gonna bounce back hopefully, and
yeah, hopefully
maybe he will make the game.
Hopefully he doesn't.
Everyone loves him.
Hopefully he doesn't go to Sage form like he was last year, whopping 2 hits.
He's already much better than that last year.
Yeah, I love Sage.
Sage is greatly improved, and we're very glad to have him on the Wiffs organization.
Do you think anyone on your team will win end of the season awards?
I feel everyone on our team has a pretty solid chance of getting an award. I mean, can't really. It's too early in the season to predict awards now, I think, but
You can ask this question a couple weeks from now. I'll have a pretty good answer.
I think we have MVP caliber people on our team. Not gonna say any names, but
I would agree.
we might be sitting right here. And Cy Young potentially as well, and our fielding this year has been pretty solid.
We also have a KMO award on our team, maybe, possibly in Sage.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I think that KMO award will land on the Outlaws.
No, Outlaws or River Cats, maybe.
Maybe even Raptors.
Well, Raptors have been better.
Yeah, indeed, they did defeat the River Cats both times they played them, and those are their only wins on the season. Let's give it up for the Raptors for a moment.
I'm pretty sure team with the best pitching stats, like best ERA, I believe it's 51s. Or the Rattlers.
I'm pretty sure it's the Rattlers. 51s aren't too far behind though.
That's
Which is so surprising because 51s don't really have any dominant aces. And Hamlin is still 3-0 on the mound somehow, and it's not going to last long.
Once Hamlin faces a team that can hit,
and has a solid pitcher on the mound,
yeah,
that he won't be undefeated.
That's how the 51s are going to lose their games. But off track, so go.
Alright, next question here.
Tom, do you feel like you were back in your 2012 form?
Yes, sir, I do. My last 2 starts, I've picked up my only 2 W's on the mound. I'm 2-1. My ERA is slowly getting down after my first horrendous start. And yeah, my arm feels good. And I'm pretty sure I'm pitching at the same speed, almost, as I was last year. And my accuracy's back. And yeah, I'd say I'm back in 2012 form.
Yeah, Tom is very impressive, to say the least, on the mound.
Tom, do you feel like the rest of your team is crucial to Lemur's success?
Of course it is. It's not a one-man team anymore like it was last year. I only have 1 remaining player from my 2012 team. And we're still pretty successful, just like we were last year, and we hope to do it again this year, and I need the help from my teammates to do that.
We got the bats going, a lot of on-base percentage for us.
Our fielding has been solid as well.
Everyone on our team has over 600 on-base percentage, which I find is very, very good for our team.
Our pitching is pretty solid too. Like we have some options if Zach Randall shows up. He performed well against the Outlaws the other day, and Nathan's always very on point, to say the least, and
consistent.
Yeah, consistent, and
Tom just always plays like he always does. He plays like Tom. Tom's just an all-star player. If you got Tom on your team's gonna go far.
Alright, that's all the questions I have. Thank you for your time, Lemurs.
Thank you. Have a great day. Lemurs 2012 champs. Maybe 2013.
I have shorts on with this coat.
Go Lemurs!
Thank you, Cleveland. Hello, folks. I'm Tom Anderson, signing off. I just want to let you know about this Sunday's games. At 1 p.m., the Rattlers will be taking on the Raptors. Rattlers happen to be away in that game, and yeah, should be pretty interesting. And also at 1 p.m., the Lemurs will be facing the Outlaws. A rematch from last Sunday, and yeah, probably going to be the same result. Also, at 2 p.m., the River Cats take on the Outlaws. well, LOs have back-to-back games again, and yeah. And then also at 2 p.m. the 51s will take on the Rattlers, which happens. That's got to be the top game of the day, if I had to choose one. And next is the Lemurs take on the Rivercats. And we all know their rivalry goes way back, all the way from last year. Brother versus brother, Eric and Tom. Cousin versus cousin, Nathan and Joe Puss. And yeah, it should be a very interesting game. Yeah, and then after that, it's prime time, and it's Raptors at 51s, and that could be anyone's game. So yeah, we'll leave it up to fate to decide what happens. I'm Tom Anderson, signing off. Have a great day.
Just aren't really there. His RBIs are okay, I guess, but come on, it's over. What the fuck? You idiot! I was doing
For
so
you folks
good.
at home, that was a fart.
Fucking
We are going to continue this interview. We're going to continue this interview. Do you think anyone on your team will win end of the season
No,
awards?
we weren't done with that. Just
Well,
cut it.
Tom cut it short anyway, so.
Cut it, just cut it.
Do you think anyone on your team will win end of the season awards?
Just cut it.
Do you think anyone on your team will win end of the
Cut
season
it.
awards?
Hold on.
Fucking cut it.
Stop the camera and start and
Did you start already? Yeah, you did. Thank you, Tom. Hello, folks. This is VP Dan Anderson with the Inside Scoop. Last Sunday's games looked like this. At 1 p.m., the Lemurs were at the Outlaws. The Lemurs once again proved their dominance on the field as... Fuck, I can't read this shit when it's like... I can't do this. Thank you. Find the strike zone. And when they did, they had Lemurs bats to contend with. Runs were put on the board by the Outlaws' newly acquired rookie Jake DeLeo, but his efforts were in vain. The Lemurs take the 19 to 12. Fuck! 19 to 12. Yep, that's what happened.
I would never give 12 runs to the Outlaws.
Then 3 pitches later, Rivercats GM Eric called the game, giving the Raptors a 22 to 12 win. 3 p.m. the Lemurs faced off against 51s. 51s were... Damn it. Fuck.
You said fuck really cool.
Kinda close, but
You look like a walrus. Oh yeah, fucking like walruses.
Young Moon Walrus, to be exact.
you gonna stop the fucking camera, or you're just gonna sit there?
No, we're gonna continue this interview.
Fine.
Stop the camera and then.
Tom, do you feel like the Lemurs... Why the fuck? I can't fucking read, dude. I'm drunk.
Fast. I mean, I can't believe it. I mean, the season's almost halfway over. Seems like it just started.
6 games in is not halfway over.
I said it's almost halfway over. There's only a couple more weeks. When's it the All-Star break?
And All-Star breaks in 28 days.
Yeah, so 4 weeks, give or take. I mean, alrighty. We need to restart.
Yeah, we do. I was thinking that.
That's his stinking face. The Outlaws pitching staff didn't help them much either, as none of them could find the strike zone, and when they did, they had Lemur bats to contend with. Runs were put on the board for the Outlaws' newly acquired... Damn it. I fucked up.
Dan Anderson and Mark Russo both hit a home run as a
Having a seizure.
I can't, I was only here that moment. An easy schedule for this upcoming Sunday, facing the 2 worst teams in the league, so you can expect us to go 7-1.
Yeah, I can. I got nothing to
I
say
feel
on
like we
that
had
one.
another entrance in this episode, and now she's walking up the stairs.
Hi, Ferg.
What the fuck, Bird? Every single time!
Sorry, I didn't know.
You fuck! Hello, folks. I'm your host and commissioner, Tom Anderson. Week 3 successfully in the books, and I'm here to present to you my top 3 moments from last Sunday's games. Number 3. Dan Anderson and Mark Russo both hit a home run as the Raptors go 1-1, and they short-handedly defeat the Rivercats.
What is wrong with you?
Fuck!
Backwards.
stupid
Don't
bitch.
point me on anything. Just go with it.
Why can't we do that when it's fucking...
Okay, just catch it.
I'm not gonna be able to do this with him behind me.
Why?
Yeah, that was a terrible throw, by the way. I need my glasses.
Fine. Here. Okay, do it.
Hello, folks. I'm your host and commissioner, Tom Anderson. Week 3 is in the books, and I'm here to present to you my top 3 moments from last Sunday's games. Moment number 3. Dan Anderson. Stop fucking... You!
Are you fucking shitting me, kid?
Oh, better! Look at you!